Hello everyone, it's 5280 Sports Network. Jake Marsing, Ryan Green here. We are going to preview the Saints-Broncos game. Early game, it's 11 o'clock, it's at New Orleans. Jake, we do this every week. What are your initial thoughts on the game?
It's a really tough matchup for a banged-up Broncos team. Drew Brees, Mark Ingram, the Saints offense, the best in the NFL. We've known that for some time. We've known that the passing game for the Saints is really effective.
Yes.
The thing that I think worries me most if I'm a Broncos fan is what's happened in the last few weeks. The running game for the Saints has really started to come along.
Yeah.
And we've seen tremendous progress out of that for them. That, for me, is the biggest concern that I have for this Denver defense, which, without Derek Wolfe, without a lot of their leaders up front, is going to have an even harder time stopping the run than they have all season, and they're one of the lesser run defenses in the NFL to begin with. So not exactly not exactly thrilling if you're a Broncos fan.
Right. Yeah, when I kind of look at the Saints matchup, I think they share a lot of similarities with how the Raiders play. They've got a quarterback that can tear it up. You're good. Yeah, we can edit this out.
Sorry.
I wish we got that on camera.
Thanks, Cecil.
They have a quarterback that can throw it around. They've got a lot of athletic receivers. You know, Brandon Cooks, Michael Thomas is coming on. But you're right. All of a sudden, Tim Hightower and Mark Ingram come out of nowhere, and they're a very good dual threat running back duo. And like you said, with Derek Wolfe out and with Brandon Marshall still a little lame and T.J. Ward hurt this week, I don't know. I think if the Broncos came out and lost, I truly wouldn't be surprised. That's just kind of how it is right now. That just seems where the Broncos are at right now and where the Saints are right now. I think the Saints may have the edge at home.
This Broncos team, Ryan, is at a crossroads.
Yes.
Right? I think they can go one of two ways. They're either going to win this game, win next week, win after then they get their bye, then start the upslope toward a playoff run. Or they could lose this game, lose after the bye.
6-5.
And we could be headed for like a 7-9, 9-7 kind of finish.
Yeah.
That is very realistic for the Broncos. Some things that they have to improve on as a football team. They've got to find a way to run the football. I mean, bottom line, baseline, no matter what. When the Broncos can't run, the Broncos can't win. The output they had from Devontae Booker, Capri Bibbs in the running game last week will not suffice against the Saints team, especially if you're going to have to try and keep pace. The other thing that the Broncos can't try and do is try and set up for a shootout. If this game turns into a shootout, they're going to lose. Mm-hmm. They don't have the offensive firepower from under center, under center or in the running game to really compete, especially with Drew Brees, Brandon Cooks in this offense.
Right.
They're going to lose if it winds up in a shootout. The Broncos have to play ball control offense. This is a Gary Kubiak game. It would not shock me if you saw the Gary Kubiak offense come out.
That's true.
Ball control, run the ball, try and establish the run against a defense that is really, really bad. Let's not forget that. The Saints defense is not good.
Oh, so is the Raiders.
But neither the Broncos offense.
Right.
This game for me is a really tough call. Are you going to ask me to pick it next? Next question?
Yes. Yeah. I'll ask the question just for just to do it.
Yeah, just for reference.
Jake, what is the score prediction for this game for you?
I've gone back and forth with this all week, but I think if the Broncos are able to run the football, and I think they're going to have an easier time running the ball in this game than they have in the past. I think you're going to see the Saints DBs play off. You're going to see a lot of off coverage. There's going to be a lot of zone coverage in this game. I think it's going to be possible for the Broncos to establish the run. When they do that, the rest of the offense opens up, and they'll be able to do enough to keep pace with Drew Brees on the offensive end, and the defense will have to step up and play big. That means Adam Gotsis, Jared Crick, the interior D-line is going to have to step up. I think they will. I think, and this is really tough, they very well could lose this game. But I think the Denver Broncos win this game by a score of 20-17.
20-17. Okay. I am on your side. I believe the Broncos can win this game if they run the ball.
Yeah.
The problem for me is I'm a show-me guy, so they haven't really shown me that they have been able to run the ball against, teams like Atlanta, Oakland, And so I don't know if they'll do it this week. Again, it's completely possible.
Yeah.
The Saints do play a defense to where the Kubiak offense can succeed. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
And so at the moment, I'm going to say the Saints win 23-17. I think the Broncos defense will do what the Broncos defense does. I don't know if the offense at least gives the defense better starting field position, then they're not going to get the same. I don't think the Saints score 30 like the Raiders.
Here's the big thing for me. I think the Saints are going to be forced to play a lot of off coverage.
Okay.
They're going to be willing to give up those, 3-4 yard little in cuts and seam routes that we've seen out of this offense. That'll open up things possibly in the running game, so long as the offensive line can establish something.
Right.
The Broncos have practiced inside all week. They're preparing for the environment they're going to go into. I think they're going to have enough to win this game and head into their bye on a good note.
We'll see. Again, the game starts at 11 for all the recaps. Make sure to go to 5280sportsnetwork.com. He'll have game recaps, and of course, we'll have a game recap. Maybe.
We'll see.
Depending on how much sleep he gets.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely talk about the game on Monday coming up. So for Jake D. Marsing, at Jake D. Marsing.
Yeah. Oh, you're at R Green 52.
Yes, so for
we
Jake
got to do this thing that we
Yes, it's just so difficult when I do it. So for Jake Marsing.
He's at R Green 5280. I'm at Jake D. Marsing on Twitter. Until next time, this is 5280 Sports Network.